buddy. All right, Curse of Strahd. Y'all ready to kick it off here? We are in session 10, and we are still in Valaki. And last session, we had a lot of stuff happen. We had, just go back two sessions ago, almost 3 sessions ago, actually. You guys entered the city of Valaki. There was a celebration happening in the town that had just ended called the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Another festival is being planned in a few days from now called the Festival of the Blazing Sun. You found your way into Valaki. You've met a lot of interesting characters that sort of make up the political landscape of the town, including Lord Vasily, who's a paladin that you had some conversation with last time. And you also got to meet the leader of Valaki this last time, Baron Vargas, and his wife, the Baroness, and his head of his guard and his head bodyguard, Isaac. Um, who you had a really great deception roll against, Nico, because you are in drag right now, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pulling it
Just
off
call me
great, man.
Vico Paul, Nico
Mhm.
Paul. Yep, let's get it.
I
Adios,
feel
On the
like
amigos.
heels.
I feel like
Es muy
Robert. I
caliente.
feel like Robin Williams totally approves of what you're doing. Because I know you. Maybe you think you look hot or something, but to me, you look like Mrs. Doubtfire going through the
No,
town.
I'm super sexy. I'm super sexy all the way around.
We didn't roll for that though. We just rolled to see if you passed as a woman, and you're passing. So, you guys were. Do you guys? What do you guys remember about your interaction with the Baron?
It seemed very superficial,
Yeah,
extremely
he's
vague.
very, very hyper. Yeah, he's all
He's nervous. Yeah,
uppity.
all nerves. And his lady is dude. She seems really unbased right now. Like she is unhinged, for lack of a better word. She seems almost prodded. She seems on the edge. She laughs at weird things. She has the widest smile. She's got a mile wide smile at the worst time. And yeah, she's definitely sus, in my opinion.
Yeah, you guys, you've certainly noticed that things aren't always as they seem in this town, and um, I think that the Baron and his leadership it's definitely he presented himself in a way that it was like he's definitely the guy in charge, but there's a lot of shit happening in the town that I think that he's trying to put on a front that it's more under control than what it is. Do you guys kind of feel that vibe when you were dealing with him?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
He just wants everybody to be happy. And
That's
he
the that's
feels
the
like
that's the secret.
he's taking that on his shoulders. He's like, if I'm happy, you should be happy. Yes. Okay. Smile, dear.
Yep.
Kink, kink. Elbow to the face. Smile.
You guys got to meet uh, Large Marge, Mad Marge, whatever I called her.
Yes, Mad Marge, and she pointed out
And
immediately that I look ridiculous.
yeah,
Immediately, she was like,
yeah,
"And you look ridiculous."
yeah, yeah. She was seeing through the BS pretty much the second you guys walked in. But said she would sell you normal equipment like she would anybody, but if you want access to like the magical weapons and potions and stuff that she has, you need to prove that you're not going to use them in sort of an evil or selfish way. Like she only wants to sell to people that are going to use those things for good, and pretty much told you guys like, listen, go out, and if you're heroes, if you're really good people, eventually the people I trust will tell me about that, and then I'll sell to you.
Yeah,
So
I got the vibe from her that she wants plausible deniability. Like she doesn't want a bunch of half-cocked, freaking questers out here. She wants people that are dyed in the wool, stone cold killers, and adventurers that are professionals. And we got to prove that to her.
yep.
Yeah, I think she saw it. So
And I
Yeah,
believe she requested she didn't want to sell good stuff to assholes, I think was her wording.
yeah.
So,
Which
yeah.
which Rogar proved he wasn't one because as he walked out, he looked back at her and puffed out a heart-shaped ring of
Yeah.
fire out of his
Yeah.
nostril.
I'm gonna make her mine. That's the goal.
So
He asked her, "Do you want to breed?"
That's great. That's great. Um, we had a little bit of an incident though at the end of the session. You guys left the shop and you were heading across the town. While you were in the middle of a town square, you were approached by a woman that was dressed like this and sort of, more elaborate garb, and she had these robed figures around her. And Disdain, you remember what they told you?
That they wanted my blood. They would like to give it to their masters. As
Yeah.
far as I wasn't what they were after. They just wanted my blood itself to get them to their masters.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the blood of devils in your veins, and that's what they were after. So, you guys had a pretty stellar combat session with those guys. Pretty brief, but pretty. You guys laid the smack down. There was some good smacking that went down, including a nice little acrobatic, matrix jump up a side of a building in high heels by
In
Nico.
high heels, stilettos to be exact, stilettos. No,
But you guys did. You cut through them pretty good, and then she made a run for it while the cultist sort of covered her escape. And then you had one cultist left, and what happened with that guy?
Disdain, you want to tell us what happened to that guy, dude?
Well, the last guy at the very top that
Yep.
got thrown
Yeah,
down from.
yeah, we grappled him down, and you inquired upon his face. What did you inquire of him, and what happened? You remember? Tell us.
I I may have melted his face off a little, but he wouldn't give us any information. As much
No,
as,
you did not melt his face off. You told him to kill himself, dude.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
well, but Nico, let's not separate ourselves from responsibility because you use your
No,
put him under the command of Disdain, who then in turn told him to kill himself. And even with that, he had to roll to convince the guy to do it, but he succeeded. And the guy looked at Disdain as if he must be, because you were coaching him as this happened. You said, "Hey, this is your master," and then he believed you, and then did as his master commanded on the promise that it was his master's command, and there was some type of reward for doing it. And so the guy literally stabbed himself in the heart and killed himself. So,
it was awesome.
and so that is where we will pick up. So we are literally still in that city square. Um, you guys are kind of standing amongst the carnage of what happened. Some citizens have started to poke their heads out and come around and look, kind of muttering to themselves. And from down at the end of the street, you see a group of guards running down the street towards you guys.
And Nico immediately cast Prestidigitation. It is a cantrip, and I'm going to clean us all up and just go from there. But we all look sparkly new. We smell fantastic, and we're just perfect citizens.
All right, so you're trying to stretch that cantrip a little further than what it's intended to do because, like I think you've done this before when you went into the Kelhaven estate, and I let you do it. It's definitely not a clean the whole party up in 1 second spell. It like could scrub like a foot of skin in like a minute. So here's what I'll let you do. I'm gonna let you roll an Arcana roll,
Okay.
and based on how good your Arcana roll is, I'll see if you're able to stretch it or not.
An Arcana roll. So, with Jack of all trades,
hmm
since I'm not versed in Arcana, let's see, Jack of all trades. What does that do?
I think it should already be on your sheet too. It should already be calculated on more corporate, more power.
Let's see what I got here.
So, my proficiency bonus is 3. It says I can add half that to any roll that I don't have a basic skill in, that I'm not proficient in,
Okay, so
which is
then you
Arcana.
can, yeah. So Arcana is a intelligence roll, which is +1 normally. And so what your Jack of all trades is already calculated in because it's giving you half of your proficiency bonus,
Oh, okay.
which is right now a 2. So then that means you're getting +2 on Arcana. Now the thing is, you're not skilled in Arcana, so by my house rules, you're going to have to roll at disadvantage and take the lower of the two.
Okay. But there's no bonus to the D20.
It's a +2.
It's a +2. Okay. I just rolled it at the same time. We'll see what happens. 13 and 11.
Okay, so 13 will be your roll then, since 11's the lowest of the two.
Okay.
So with that, I'll let you clean up 2 members of the party.
Okay. It's definitely going to be me and Disdain.
Okay, so you and Disdain. All right. So the two of you just kind of clean up a little bit. It's not even a perfect job. You got still a little bit on you, but not anything too crazy visible. Rogar, you're still covered in blood from smashing those dudes and smiting through them. Dr. Crawford, I don't like you're more. It's more your wounds that are showing than anything because you got pretty. You got stabbed and shot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you do clean up Nico and Disdain, and these guards come running up. This one guard, an older guy, kind of moves forward and says, "What's the meaning of this commotion? What's going on here?" And they've got their sword, they've got their pikes out, and they don't seem to know who to look at in the group. They're kind of looking at all you guys at once, waiting for somebody to step forward.
It's about time you guys arrived. We were just getting. We were wandering on my own business, wandering through these alleys, and my friends had to protect me from some cult. What city has cults running around?
So give me a persuasion roll.
All right, disadvantage.
Okay. And what's you had a +4, so 15. Okay, so um, he goes, you were attacked. He says by these men, and he points at the bodies, and one of the other guards. Well, of course it's by these guys. Who else would it be? Um, and he goes over to one of the bodies and pulls the hood back and goes, uh, "This is Gad Thomason's kid. What?" And goes over to this other hood and pulls it back, and he says, "I think this is the baker's cousin. You know, and they actually because the village isn't like massive. I mean, there's a few thousand people in it, but they kind of know a couple of the people that attacked you, um, and then one of the guys goes, they're wearing those symbols though. The Baron wanted to know if we found any like that." And that captain of the guard just sort of leans back and says, "Oof," he goes, "This is bad business, worse than
Nico's
usual."
Nico's going to step forward here and say, and so you already know about the situation. Yes, there are these symbols on their necks. They are good kids, of course, but now they are dead because they attacked us. And we did not start this fight. We were only walking to our destination and they came upon us. And I am so sorry to cause this problem in your city. You do a really good job. At this time, it seems like they snuck below your senses and just attacked lowly citizens, lowly travelers traveling through here.
"Why are you talking so deep? Something wrong with you, ma'am?"
No, I'm not a ma'am at all, and I'm just going to strip it.
Okay.
I'm just going to strip it, and I'm going to say,
Okay.
I am Nico Tirada. I am of Vistani bloodline, but I am at your service, and I am here in the city, knowingly that you know that you hate Vistani, but if I was not here, these men, all of them, would have been killed here today under your watch.
"Arrest him!" And the 3 guards behind him like lower their pikes and move towards you.
Okay, I'm going to give up. I'm going to put my hands up. I'm going to get arrested.
Okay. So they take you, they take your weapons, they tie your hands up, and they make you sit on the sidewalk. And he goes, "You say another word, I'll gag you, Vistani." He goes, "And don't try any of that eye business. I've heard what your people can do with your eyes. I'll wrap something around your head if I see anything strange coming out of you. You just stay right there. Put you down on the sidewalk. Says, does anyone else have anything they want to tell us? Yes. All
I
right.
hope I hope we're not disregarding the dead bodies here that were attacking me. Not here to speak without your order, but sir, we were just attacked brutally. As you see, my two friends are bloody. My one friend has been shot. Just wanted to get us back on the track.
Well, until I look around, do my investigation, and talk to some of these witnesses, how do I know you didn't attack them? You sounded truthful in what you said, but I don't know yet.
You said they have symbols on them. What do those symbols mean? We were just
That's
talking to the Baron around the corner.
You were talking to the Baron
Yeah,
about what?
about festival. We had a package to deliver. And then we came around this and we get attacked. Like, I don't know if he would really enjoy us, friendly delivery people, just giving him a hand.
He says, this is a mess. He goes, why would the Baron not? Oh, because of the costume. He goes, this is bad business. We have someone breaking the law. We have someone that's difficult to trust, and he definitely gives you a glare when he says that disdain. He goes, and the one person that I think has the most credibility of this group isn't saying anything. And they look at you, Dr. Crawford.
Gentlemen, we were indeed attacked by these men in robes. Forgive me, I'm rather in shock, and I kind of hold my shoulder where I got hit with what I thought was a crossbow bolt, an arrow, something like that, a projectile.
Mhm.
But these gentlemen are correct. They and I defended ourselves against these men. Is there anything in particular you want to know about the situation that happened I can enlighten for you? Or
He wants a basic breakdown of what happened, which you don't have to
okay.
recount everything, but do you just kind of give them a
Yeah,
recap?
so we just I was traveling with Disdain to make sure that the package that Blinsky the toy maker wanted us to deliver to Baron Vargas got there. It did. We met him and I believe it was Baroness Lydia and Isaac at the gate. We left, and before we had really, I don't think we'd even determined where we were going next yet. We had gotten attacked by these guys, and we defended ourselves. So
Because well, your friend is in the big trouble. We don't allow Vistani in this town, and when I tell Isaac that he pulled one over on him, he's probably going to kill your friend. Just being honest with you.
thank you for your honesty. I suppose I might have to have a talk with the Baron soon. So
I'd say sooner rather than later, because I've got to take him straight to the jail from here.
very well.
You and your friends are free to go. I don't think you did anything other than defend yourself.
Thank you for your understanding. Is it officer would be the right word? I'm not. How would I address a? What's the right word to address a guard?
Just call
Guardsman?
me Captain Knowles.
Captain Knowles. Thank you, Captain Knowles. All right. So if that's the case, I guess I'm heading back to Baron Vargas's then. I gotta try to figure out a way to get Nico out of this.
Okay. You guys
Um,
going with him? Are you going on different paths, or
Yeesh. Did we tell him that one of the people got away?
no? You guys have said what you've said so far.
Okay. I didn't know if that was in that recap. If we let him know that.
Do you want to
the-
now?
No.
Okay. So
Well, Nico's definitely going on a different path from you guys.
by no choice of
He's
his own.
he's definitely going on a different path. But it's okay. Listen,
Why
no, but
would you do
no.
that?
What the
Okay.
fuck, dude? Dude, I was busted, man. Why would I not? Here's the thing. You go on your path. I've got it. Let's go.
So so then you guys are all going back with Dr. Crawford then
What
to
time is
talk to
it?
the Baron. It's afternoon. It's getting on in the afternoon.
My dinner date's at 7. We may get locked in there though.
You can go with them or you can break away. It's your choice.
What do you feel like, Rory? Do you think we should go check on Lydia?
Well, I think I think the Baron needs to be discussed with to see if we can get idiot McFerret out of this, and then
I agree. I agree.
and then
but
also we
Dude,
need
hey,
to.
you are such an asshole, man.
Hey,
You're such an asshole.
Rocky, can we retcon this and gag him?
No.
No, dude, you're just an asshole.
And then also we do need to probably check on our lady friend Irina.
Irina.
Also.
Okay. Well,
So
that's different sides of the town. So
yeah, that's the different avenues because I feel like if we split up, especially Disdain by himself, is going to be a problem. I don't like
I'm
splitting
definitely
up.
not going by myself. So if we're all going together, then I'm going with you. 100%. No way.
All right. I think I'm with Zoc. I think we gotta go talk to the Baron
Cool.
and try to use our recently found knowledge of this occult and maybe make a deal with him to get idiot McFerret out of this.
Okay.
Asshole.
So, Nico, you watch as your party leaves, and
That's fine.
the guards
Fine.
keep you there. Is your intent to follow his command and stay silent, or?
Absolutely. I'm staying silent, and I'm a one-man wolf pack.
All right. So you guys do make your way back to the manor. You talk to the guards at the gate who remember you from not too long, less than an hour ago. You were here, and um, they. We'll just say one of the guards from the scene went with you guys to just make this a little easier, and he ushers you into the manor, and you're brought into the sort of waiting room, and there's an unlit fire, but it's a big fireplace, and um, the Baron comes walking in, kind of an annoyed expression on his face, Isaac right on his heels, and his wife is not with him, even though she's here in the picture, she's not with him, and so he walks in and goes, "What's the meaning of this? You were just here." And the guard actually kind of gives him a brief synopsis of what was found and what's going on. And he looks at you and says, "Is this true? You traveled with a Bastani and deceived me and my guard, Captain? This is a serious offense."
Well, Baron Vargas, I was hoping we could try to come to an understanding on that. For what I understand, you were looking for a way to improve this village for the festival of the Blazing Sun, I believe it was, to make everything safer so all can be well.
Well, yes. What does that have to do with anything?
If I can deliver this cult to you and eliminate their causing you problems, would you be willing to grant clemency to my friend Nico Tarada? So that he can, as long as he doesn't cause any trouble in your city, as a special exception, be allowed to stay.
So give me an insight roll.
Okay, sure.
Can I assist with that?
Not with the insight. That's like his personal.
Roll 1d20 plus 5.
Okay. You hit a nerve. Some like he kind of outwardly clams up, but you can see in his face that he's intrigued by what you said. Um, Isaac stalks forward, and he towers over you, Dr. Crawford, and he's just looking in your face very close. I mean, he's not even like 6 inches from your face. And then he pulls his arm out from under his cloak. 'Cause remember, he's had this side of his arm, like his side of his body covered with his cloak when you guys met him before. And he pulls his arm out. When he pulls his arm out, it is this like complete, it's covered in black skin. It's very muscular. There's some scales, there's some black fur, long black fingernails that are curved. And he literally puts his hand on your tunic and pushes you against the wall and says, "I've been trying to find this cult for months. What makes you think A tiny, worthless little man like you can do what I couldn't.
You're not particularly perceptive. And I
Oh, what?
knowingly say that word because it's one that he doesn't. I figure he doesn't know.
All right, give me a. This is. I know this is. Give me an intimidation roll.
All right,
Intelligence intimidation.
this is not going to be good, but he's not the one that I really said that for, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to get a hit from this at least. 20 minus 1, and this is with disadvantage, so I got to roll twice. That is not a nat 1, but bad too.
Yeah. So he just smacks you in the face, and you take
Yeah.
2 bludgeoning damage. And it rattles your head. He goes, "What have I told you about you big words on me?" Rogar or Disdain, are you guys doing anything in this moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop up and Rogar's gonna say, because of him, and point at Disdain, and just regale the quick story of how we just were attacked, and they think that he's their master, and we have a plan to try to find the cult. But I'm gonna say it as dumb as possible so that he and Idiot McFair can figure it out.
He's not
So
here.
he's not there.
I know,
I'm just
but
gonna say asshole here.
You hear the word asshole whisper in your mind. So um, so when you say that disdain's the key, the Baron gets another thoughtful look on his face, and he says, "So you would use your friend's race to exploit the weakness of these cultists?"
if it helps our friend, yes.
All I can tell you, Baron, is in my history, I've been exploited for a lot worse things. And if it has any way to bring peace to your town, whether or not you're going to hold my friend captive, I'm going to do it. Please consider letting him go.
Give me a persuasion.
I should be more persuasive and deceptive.
The way D&D works is the skill you usually need is not the one that you have. So
15.
okay. Um, he goes, "Well, you lay out a convincing argument, and I might know where one of these little covens meets in the night." When he says that, Isaac turns away from you, Dr. Crawford, and he goes, "Baron, what are you talking about? You haven't told me about such a place." And he holds his hands up and he says, "Isaac, you're far too valuable to me to lose on some raid of occultist headquarters. But our friends present us with a unique opportunity to deal with a problem that I am not willing to expend the resources to deal with myself at this time. If I lose you, that is a deep blow. But if I lose these gentlemen, no offense,
None
you do
taken.
not you do not work for me, at least not regularly. So if you're willing to put your lives at risk to help me deal with this problem, I could afford a small amount of leniency to your friend. He will have to be lashed in the square, of course. You do understand that. But
Of
After that,
course.
will he be free to travel with us throughout Valaki with your blessing?
if he behaves himself, yes. Well,
Of course.
Vistani cannot be trusted. They are wicked people. You understand.
Oh, what the?
You're
I just
not
don't.
here.
I don't say anything at that
Um,
last bit. I just kind of raise my eyebrows.
He says, and to make sure that nothing goes awry, I will have Isaac accompany you, and Isaac, you are to stay back and not participate in any potential melee. Like I said, I do not want to lose my head of my guard or my bodyguard, but I want you to make sure these men keep to their side of the bargain. And he looks at you, Dr. Crawford, and says, "Is that an acceptable term for you and your party?"
No, it's not because I think Isaac will make it so we won't be able to deliver the cult to you.
Um,
Baron
yeah,
Vargas, the situation requires a bit of finesse. I believe if brute force and presence were all required to solve this problem, I think Isaac would have already done so.
Isaac glares at you when you say that. So the Baron's. Oh, so give me a persuasion. Sorry, guys. I
All
know
my
this is tough.
fucking
No, no, no,
inspiration I was planning to use tonight. But okay.
no. While he's doing that, yeah, let's bring him with us. I want 4, honestly. But go ahead.
Give me a second.
I was actually gonna ask if he could come with us, honestly.
Yes, but if he finds Irina,
Thank you, Disdain. Please tell me you said that above table.
yes, very much above table. He is not going to know that I said that word.
Okay, inspiration. 2. You got to be shitting me. Second inspiration. Thank you.
Nat
Crit.
20.
Okay,
Okay.
got 1 inspiration left.
So he thinks about what you said. He says, yes, Isaac can be more of an axe than a scalpel when it comes to problem solving. Um, Very well. I'll have one of my other guardsmen take you to the location, since you are not familiar with the area. And Isaac, you will stay here and protect my family and myself, as is your customary duty. And Isaac does not look happy about this. He sort of growls and goes and stands back behind the Baron. Says, "As you wish," and pulls that cloak back over his arm. And the Baron says, "Well, in that case, I will have my guardsmen meet you tonight at sundown. Where are you staying in town?"
At the Blue Water Inn, I believe it was. That's where our room is currently secured.
Then let us say sundown is a little early. Let's say an hour or two after sundown, he'll meet you there. Wait for him in the tavern, and he'll come meet you and take you to where these cultists are meeting. If you can leave one of them alive for questioning, that would be most helpful.
Uh, I don't suppose I could ask a brief question. Where were you expecting the cultists to be heading to? Like where they're meeting?
The cultists have a bit of a history in our town. They are quite secretive and they evade our investigations and attempts to arrest them. And the few of them we've found have not been forthcoming in the information they've been willing to share, but they are devil worshippers. Some of them even believe that Strahd himself is a devil and revere him as such. But I do not quite know what they believe or what they're really all about. I just know they are subversive to my rule of this city, and I cannot let that stand.
Very well. I suppose if you don't want to answer my question, you don't have to. You're Baron.
I'll give you inspiration for catching that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
um, so, do you want your friend whipped and released to you, or do you want me to keep him in prison until after your mission is complete?
uh, I would rather that he is released to us. And if he does give you any further trouble, I can't defend him at that point. So
Well, we could always remove an arm or gouge out his eyes so he cannot do that little curse
It,
thing on anyone.
not to speak of, but like he is a bard. If you remove fingers, it would be just as painful. You don't have to do the whole arm right away,
A
right?
good suggestion, friend
Right. So a
Tiefling.
single finger is okay, but
And he walks up to you and he puts his hand on your shoulder, and it's a very awkward hand press on your shoulder, and you see Isaac kind of tense up when he does it. He says, "And I want you to know that I am an educated man and I understand that you are as mortal as um, any other lesser race, and you are not a devil.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you can understand that we all have a life we want to save.
Certainly, certainly. Though I do know your kind are prone to deception and acts of evil occasionally. I have read as such, so I must caution you yet again, my blue friend. Behave yourself while in Valaki.
Uh, don't worry if you ask your friends over in Barovia. We may or not have stopped a child sausage ring that was going around.
Well, that
We,
In
we,
sounds
Barovia, not Milwaukee.
that sounds quite horrific.
it
But of
was
course, those
terrible.
degenerates in Barovia have learned to be such by being so close to Castle Ravenloft. It is a cursed place. Well, as you must know, I have many duties to attend to. You have your mission. My man will meet you after nightfall, and I will have your friend flogged and returned to you.
Just make
Very
sure you
well.
set a
Thank
safe
you for
word.
your understanding, Baron.
I am a gracious lord. All will be well.
All
And
will be well.
he turns and walks out of the room. And so around this time, you guys exit the house, and Nico is being pushed into the courtyard of the manor, um, and some guards are surrounding him. And the guard that was with you comes out and basically gives the Baron's judgment that Nico, you're to be flogged in the town square, and then released back to your party. And then they are taking responsibility for your behavior while in Velaki, but you may stay after
Stupidly.
that.
Okay. I
So,
got a request as a player. Can we take
mhm.
5 for this point? Because I need to use the restroom, and this
Yep.
entire situation just about gave me an aneurysm. I need to take 5.
Okay. All right. We will we
Hey,
will we will pause
yeah,
recording and come back after the bio.
yeah. Well,
All right. We've resumed recording. We've had our break, and now we're ready to resolve what happens before we leave the Baron's Manor. So in front of the Baron's Manor, there's some of those stockades. None of them are occupied at the moment, but you can tell they've been used quite a bit. There is a set of there's like a platform, and there's a couple nooses that are hanging there, but they're again not being used at the moment. And then there's a pole, and this pole has what looks to be some blood on it, and there's some chains hanging down from it. And the guard that went with you back to the Baron's manor tells the other guards what the Baron's judgment is, and they don't say anything to the party. They just drag you, Nico, over to the pole, and they put your arms in those shackles, and then they pull your shirt off first, and then they strap you to the pole. And what's your strength score, by the way?
Strength is it's not good. It's 8.
Okay, so you're pretty thin guy. You're not like you're kind of wiry. You're more
Yeah, I have
agile than
a
strong.
svelte. I'm svelte
Yeah,
physique.
yeah.
Svelte.
So so they strap you here, and you've got nice skin. You don't have a lot of injuries and stuff on your body.
I have olive skin.
Yeah, very olive skin, very nice skin.
Yep.
And guard takes his stick out of his pocket and says, "Bite down on this, son. It'll help. Trust me, I know."
And I'm gonna tell him I'm saying bless you, thank you. And I'm gonna go.
All right. So the guard walks back, and the another guard comes out who he had run, one of the guards had run away while they were strapping Nico in, and comes out, and he's got a whip in his hand, um, and he says, "How many lashes did the Baron say to give him?" The other guard goes, "He didn't." And he goes, "Well, I wonder how many we should give him. I might as well give him 6." And he comes over to the edge of the deal, and he pulls the deal back, and whoopsha, cracks into you. So you do pretty good with that first one. You're gonna take 2 slashing damage. Um, cracks it again. He Take another 2. Bite into that wood. The third one, you scream and you like bite deep into the wood. What's the party doing while this is happening? What are you guys doing while this is happening?
Dr. Crawford is completely fucking silent, gritting his teeth.
Disdain? Your mic's not at your mouth, bro.
No, I'm just holding my knees, crouched over, just wanting to go, but just can't do anything.
Okay. Rogar?
Kind of gritting my teeth, kind of looking away. I don't want to watch.
So you do that, you hear a whisper in your mind that says, "Watch. You believe in vengeance. Does he not deserve this punishment for his foolishness?"
Wait, who heard that?
Just Rogar.
Okay.
So do you turn to watch or do you keep turned away?
Mm, I'll turn and watch.
Okay. It's kind of hard to watch, you know. Does Rogar like Nico? Like, I mean, even though I know they've had their moments, does he? How does he feel
Yeah.
about watching Nico get injured right now?
He's not a big fan of it, honestly, just because of what they've been through together. You know, he feels like he's one of the group, one of his, if you can call him that, friends.
Hmm.
So he's not a big fan of it, honestly.
Okay.
And to get beaten for his race is just not something that he's a big fan of.
Yep. The fourth lash hits into you, Nico. So you've taken 6 slashing. Now you take 8. And now I need a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
All right. You said DC 12.
Okay. No. You roll a 20. So what you
Okay.
do is you look at your um, so like you can see here your con save is
Dexterity.
plus this Constitution. So you see
Okay.
here, see where I'm pointing on the
I
screen.
got a +1.
Yeah,
D20
you got a
+1.
+1. Yep.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Okay. You kind of like you kind of like tense up. So the next slash that comes in does 1 damage, and now we're on the 6th lash, and he just slashes right across some of the other slashes. And now I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw. You got to beat a 17.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So this thing, like, just feels like it's one of the worst. It is the worst pain you've felt in your entire life. You've never felt anything like this in your whole life. You're gonna pass out from the pain,
No,
and you're gonna take
I just
3
go limp.
slashing.
I just go limp.
So then if my
I'm just
math's right,
hanging.
2, 4, 6, 9, took 12 slashing. So I've got you at
What's my HP?
I've got you at 11 hit points right now,
Okay.
and excuse me, 21 hit points. My bad, 21. But you pass out from the pain.
Okay.
And the guard that was hitting him, he when he finishes, he wraps up the whip and he spits in Nico's direction, kind of glares at you in a weird way, Disdain and Rogar, and walks off. Um, the younger guard that had given Nico the piece of wood, he comes over and unshackles him and kind of motions for you guys to come get him. And he doesn't look proud of what happened to Nico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rogar will come and pick him up and carry him.
Okay. Yeah, it's like holding a kid in your arms, honestly.
Yeah, I just throw him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes. It's
Okay.
fine.
Disdain, they give you all of Nico's belongings. Just like they put them in a sack and they just hand them to you. And then the guy that was in the room with you when you were talking to the bear, and he says to you, Dr. Crawford, he goes, "Well, we'll have a man to meet you at the Blue Water Inn tonight. Till then." that's it. They all walk away.
Okay.
Out of character, Rocky, you may have just given me the silver bullet with that last sentence to fix this.
Dude, that was
Oh my God.
heavy, dude. That was heavy. That was very over the table. That was heavy.
Okay.
That was really well done.
Gentlemen, go ahead. I'm collecting my breath.
Okay. So I think, well done, Rocky. By the way, you can't have inspiration, but well done.
That's right, dude. That was well done.
But yeah. So I think the plan is Disdain has a date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of us were going towards the end. So I think while everybody kind of collects their heads a little bit, we're going to walk towards that way because that's on the other side of town. You said, right?
Yeah.
The date, the bar, the hotel, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite end of the town. Yep.
All right, so we're gonna head that way, and on the way, when nobody else, no peepers can see, I've already got dude on my shoulder, so I'll just heal him back up. What does he need to get full health points?
Right now he is down 18 hit points.
All right, so I'll use 20 of my 30, uh,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So
So
I
he's
got
back
10
to
left.
full. And when you heal that last hit point of healing, Nico, you come awake, and what you notice, Rogar, is that when you heal him, the scars don't go away, and that kind of unsettles you a little bit because you're used to when you've healed people before in the past, like your holy magic was able to just wipe away scars, wipe away, especially if it was a fresh wound. But he still has noticeable scars on his back, like a crisscross of 6 scars on his back. And you heal him back to full. He's full health. You come back to consciousness, Nico, but your back itches, and those scars are now a permanent part of your character.
Well, dude, I'm just gonna say right here, I'm gonna continue to let Rogar carry me, and I'm gonna work this out and just cry. Keep carrying me, dude.
Okay.
That was rough.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right, so we're headed back towards there. And it's getting close to dark now.
It is. So you guys make your way across town. You find yourself outside the Blue Water Inn. It's definitely getting close to nighttime.
All right, before we go in, I think we need to have a in character kind of conversation. So I'll look at Disdain and I'll just ask him if he's ready, for his meeting with the dark haired mistress.
Oh, I'm ready. I am beyond ready. Is the little kid running around?
No.
No, he's not. Okay,
No, okay. All right, and where are you meeting her at?
in the bar.
At the bar, and you guys
Okay,
can hear
okay.
music actually coming out of the tavern right now.
Okay.
Like it's and it seems to be fairly crowded actually.
Gotcha. And then Roker looks over at Dr. Crawford. Hopefully he's ready to rock now.
I have some stuff I got to take care of. Disdain, enjoy your evening.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
And,
I'm heading inside the inn. You guys do whatever.
Well,
Oh
I gotta
no,
go in the
no,
myself.
no, Disdain, you are not ready. I'm done. I've worked my stuff out. I'm gonna say, Disdain, you are not ready. And Rocky, just let me cast the prestidigitation
Mhm.
cantrip over
Mhm.
just Disdain.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spruce him up right proper. I'm gonna make him smell the freshest, look the cleanest, look the dopest. He's a lady killer, and
Okay.
his horns are sparkling. He's got this nice little freaking comb over of the blackest, silkiest hair in between his horns.
Love it.
He's ready.
All right, love it. I'm gonna give you. I love that. I'm gonna give you inspiration, and Rogar, I want to give you an inspiration for carrying Nico and showing him some love on the way back across town. All right. So, Disdain, you're cleaned up, man. There's not a drop of blood on you. Your clothes are smelling good. You're smelling good. Your horns are nice and shiny. Like feeling good.
Let's get in this in. Let's get talking to this lady.
All right.
And Nico's before we go in, Nico's just gonna apologize to all of you for his reckless behavior in the past. He's learned a very harsh lesson, and he's just gonna say some words here and say he appreciates all of you, and that he's gonna walk in here with you guys, and he's gonna slap Rogar on the shoulder and be like, "See, I wasn't that heavy to carry. Thank you, thank you." He's still kind of out of his mind a little bit, but he's going to walk in with you guys. You're not going to carry him.
Rogar's going to comment that it was like carrying a baby woman.
All right,
Oh.
so you
Rogar,
guys,
I'm going to say, can you at least help me and take the last high heel off my right foot? Because I missed
No.
one.
No.
Okay.
And Dr. Crawford, is you staying at the inn, or are you going out?
I'm planning on heading in. I'm gonna have some very quick words with Nikolai and what was his name? Carl, I think it was.
Carl, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll go sit with you if that's cool. And Nico
Nico's
needs to
gonna
go upstairs. Yeah.
And I'm going to bed. Absolutely.
So,
check on Lydia.
Rogar, who did you say you're sitting with?
I'm coming with you.
Would you be willing to make sure that Disdain stays safe, or at the very, him or Irina, one of the two?
Well, Nico was going to go.
Nico's going up,
to
but
bed.
he doesn't have any spell slots. He's still very weak. He has full hit points, but I wouldn't.
There's
put too
still
much on
someone
Nico.
who can scream if something happens to Irina.
Absolutely,
So there you go.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Nico has gotten beaten, so he's going to go upstairs and rest with our friend. Disdain has a date. So how about this? How about I'm just going to sit at the bar because your both interactions are in the bar, right? Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just going to hang out at the bar and get beer. So let's go.
all right. So you guys enter the tavern, and you see your crowd there. You see there's a lot of actually local people. I think, man, I forgot to put his picture up there, but there's this guy sitting at the bar, older man. He's got fishing nets on the ground underneath him, and he's got like a pissed off look on his face, and he's the first person you've seen drinking a beer in this bar because as you know, the beer here is terrible, and most people drink the wine, but this guy's drinking the beer. He's the only other guy sitting at the bar. Rogar.
Yep. I'm going to buddy up. Yep.
Yep,
I'm going to go
yep.
sit by
You,
that
you,
dude.
you see
Yep.
those guys in wolf furs off in their corner that you guys didn't really talk to before. You see Nikolai and Carl over there in the corner, and you see Elisa, and she's sipping a glass of wine, looking at the fire. And there's some wonderful music. I mean, this music is great. Nico, you're kind of going upstairs to go rest with Irina, but you're like, what is that music coming from? And as you kind of look through the crowd, you see over in the corner a man, a half elf, and he is playing a lute, man, and he is just playing some awesome tunes, and
Oh,
everybody's just like cheering and laughing. Feels kind of a good vibe in the room right now. And you guys see the Martikovs. They're running around serving wolf stew and some fish, and they're refilling wine. But they look like they're super busy. They don't even barely register you guys other than to ask what you want. What is everybody going to do, and what is everybody going to order as they come in?
I'm not ordering anything. I'm heading over to Carl and Nikolai. I need to have
Okay.
a word with them. So
All right.
that said, Disdain, did you want to do your event first? Because we kind of can't really do them both at the same time.
Yeah, we could go one at a time. So
Well, I'm gonna order a bottle of wine and get some food and
okay.
sip.
So you have three choices on the wine. You have purple grape mash, which a bottle of that is surprisingly expensive for the quality. It's 5 gold for a bottle of that. There is shit. I always forget these 3 different names. Let me go straight to the module.
Was it La Stomp?
That's the third one. That's the high Chateau La Stamp is. Give me a second. I'll find this shit.
No, you're fine. While you're looking up that, Rogar's gonna jaunt over to the bar and sit by the fisherman and order a horrible tasting beer,
Yep.
something like a Milwaukee's Best or something.
the beast, dude. And Nico, usually he would be really energized by this music, but he is absolutely broken right now. So Nico's going to continue to go upstairs
Okay.
and find the room and check on Irina.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Okay. So you'll go up there to your room. So purple grape mash is the one that costs 5 gold for a bottle. Red Dragon Crush is going to cost 10 gold for a bottle, and then Chapin de la Stamp is 100 gold a bottle.
Whew. Well, I'll go and get the
what?
middle one.
Okay, so you'll spend 10 gold,
Mhm.
and you have this bottle of Red Dragon Crush. And it's this bottle that says Wizards of Wines, and then it has like a dragon icon on it. And you go and
Looks
approach.
just like Rogar, by the way.
Oh yeah, totally. Could have been your cousin for sure. So you approach Elisa, and as you approach her again, you're sort of blown away by how small she is and how beautiful she is, and how kind of internal in her own mind she looks. She just seems to be staring off into the fireplace, kind of nodding her head to the music, and you have the crowd talking around you, but you walk right up to her, and as you get closer, you're like, does she even see me coming? And then right as you're getting probably about 7, 8 feet from her, she spins around and she raises her almost empty glass and says, I was almost worried I'd have to buy my next round myself.
See, this is why I came in the nick of time.
She goes, all
Well,
heroes do.
uh, we always slide in at the best times. I cracked the bottle.
Okay,
Oh,
all right. So she just pushes her glass over to you.
Pour it out. Pouring for me. I look at her. I'm like, you hungry?
I did eat a little bit earlier. I'm fine. It doesn't take much.
All right. Well, let's get with it then. What do you need for a hero?
She goes, well, it was more actually what I could do for you.
Intriguing.
She goes, you know your friend is in great danger.
Which one? Currently, I was just attacked by a cult. So,
She says, I don't know anything about a cult, but I can tell
okay.
you that for whatever reason, vampires have been following you and your party since you left the village of Barovia. And even now here in Valaki, I fear there may be some in the town watching you and your party and everything you do with that woman.
How, how so? What have you seen?
Well, I'm not 100% sure I can trust you just yet. So suffice it to say, I have seen vampires watching you and your party. So, and she takes a big drink. She goes, oh, Red Dragon Crush. Ah, my grandfather is an amazing winemaker, and even though this isn't nearly as good as Chateau Lestamp, it is so much better than Purple Grape Mash. Thank you for buying this.
Oh, anytime. If you can't get the best, like, you gotta settle for second. And if the second's just as good, who cares?
Oh, it tastes good. I appreciate it.
I've never tasted it myself, and I
Try it.
take a swig, and my eyes
Uh,
light up.
yeah, I mean, how is Disdain a wine drinker? Is he the kind of guy that would appreciate that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
He enjoys anything to get himself inebriated, but he has first wine.
Have you based your character on the Dungeon Master? Not kidding. So yeah, being a guy who likes wine, like, you're surprised, man, because like this, honestly, you've traveled the world, you've been all over Faerun. Like, Barovia has definitely got a backwoodsy kind of feel to it in a lot of ways. But this wine is legit. Like, it's really good wine. It's not. This is not like you're not settling for something here, kind of like you do when you drink the purple grape mash. Like, this wine's actually good wine. And you can tell it's a mix. It's not like just a single grape made this, but like, there's definitely some kind of mixture going on here. But it tastes really good, and you see what she's talking about. Um, And she goes, so let's do a little exercise in trust. I just told you something I know without being 100% sure I could trust you with that information. So now you tell me something I want to know, not being able to fully trust me yet. Does that
I
sound
think
fair?
I've already managed that. I told you about the cult that just about killed me.
You told me about something I don't care about, to be honest.
My
No
my.
offense, I don't want a cult to kill you. You seem like a nice guy.
Well, how is someone going to help you if I'm dead?
Well, I don't want you to die either, so do
Okay,
me a favor and be really careful
fair.
around that cult. I don't want you to die. I'm more curious why vampires are following you and your party around. Who in your party is so important that Strahd Zarovich himself seems to watch you with his agents?
Well, we're not from here. Isn't
A
that
lot of
some?
No, a lot of different adventurers come through here, and most of them end up dying. Some of them find their place in this country, but I have not seen or heard of anyone garnering the interest of Count Strahd Zarovich himself, like your party has.
Oh, we did eliminate a couple hags on the way here, and we had one that slipped away.
It, it don't
Yeah,
you
Bone Grinder Mill. Yeah,
you
we actually,
what do you mean?
well, we went to we went inside, and well, actually, I think we were captured and woke up being having our dreams harvested, and we attacked the three hags that were there. Uh, the leader got away. Now that is quite concerning still, but my friend over there at the bar actually has the deed to the place, and we now own it. So the
The
the hags,
Dragonkin.
yes,
He's the owner of Bone Grinder Mill now.
yes.
And you killed Morgantha and her coven?
Not Morgantha herself. She's the one that ran away, but her coven, yeah.
Oh, then you will have problems that are almost as bad as Strahd Zarovich soon, I would predict, if you did not kill Morgantha. But it is impressive that you killed her sisters and chased her off. That is, perhaps I misjudged you and your party. Perhaps you can handle yourselves better than I thought.
I'm assuming these vampires may be sent because of that. I don't know this area well enough.
You're trying to be deceptive, aren't you, my friend? That will require a roll.
Nice catch.
I have deception. That's why I was going that way. And a good deception at that.
Oh, buddy, you killed it.
Oh, holy hell, dude.
Um, I am because okay. To give you guys a little background, this character who I love is based on a player character from my previous campaign, and she would get an insight. She would know to roll to see if she's being lied to. So I'm gonna give her that. No, she rolled a nat one.
Oh,
So she goes, well, that might be it. If you were able to deal with the coven, maybe they're wondering just how powerful your party is. That's important. She goes, you know what? Pour me another. And she pushes you her empty glass.
I pour it up. I top mine off because I'm not drinking nearly as quickly as she. But
Right? She goes, so tell me about you. What's your story?
where to begin? Uh, First off, I have a huge problem with people taking advantage of the innocent. That
Why
is,
is that?
I've been taken advantage of from a young age from yet another cult. I kind of have this issue with cults, I guess. um, yeah, was forced to do a bunch of deeds against my own will, and finally, when I came to, I realized I will no longer be part of anyone's charades. And Strahd definitely feels like he's one of those individuals.
What do you think of him? They say that he is a great necromancer, but some of us believe that he is one of the undead, that he is perhaps a vampire. And she like whispers it.
I can't speak on that yet.
But you talked to him in the forest. You've met him face to face.
How do you know that?
It's I and she's a little drunk, you can tell. And she says, I heard it from some people who might have seen you there.
Who do I
She's clearly lying. She's clearly lying.
okay. I have an investigation. Can I roll an investigation?
If you tell me how you're posing the question.
Um, there's a lot of information strung across this town, and we're trying to figure out the root of it all. If you could direct us, because these people, if they know stuff about us, we need to know about them.
All right, you mean investigation? Okay. She leans forward and she goes, well, and she kind of puts her hand on your arm when she says this, Disdain. She goes, I can't say much, but I can say that the keepers of the feather are trying to watch out for you and your friends.
Keepers of the feather.
Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. And she like gets really embarrassed, turns kind of red. I've had too much to drink. This was a lovely date. Let's talk again later. Um, I have to go. Um, and she stands up to leave, but then she finishes her drink, and
Thank you for your time.
she
Please,
kind of walks off. Inspiration, buddy, you killed it. That was awesome.
awesome.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nailed her, man. Love it.
Rogar sitting at the bar. Got this guy. He's older guy, a little heavy set. Got some fishnets on the ground that kind of stink when you get over there. You order a beer. Which beer I normally it's hard in Barovia because normally I do all my campaigns with just gold because I don't like keeping up with copper and silver and all that stuff. But beer is like a silver a glass. So like for 1 gold, you basically get a credit of 10 beers. So let's just charge you a gold for that. And disdain subtract the 10 gold from
Yeah, I
the
did.
bottle. But you order a 10 beer credit and you've got it. And you sit next to this guy and he looks at you and he goes, "Did dragon men eat fish?"
Yes. Do you catch fish?
We're too fucking bad. There's no fish here.
Whoa.
That blew up my earphones,
Sorry.
man.
Sorry.
Okay, so can you repeat that not in a
There
way
are,
that can be
it
audible?
is too fucking bad. There are no fish here.
Okay, all right.
How long has there not been fish?
For months, there haven't been any fish in the Lucky. He spits on the ground.
Hmm.
How's a fisherman supposed to make a living in a land where there's no fish?
It must be rough. I don't know.
Rough. I can't pay any of my obligations because I'm spending my last dime, my last coin on this terrible beer. I want to order wine. Did you see that handsome devil man? He got a bottle of that delicious Red Dragon Crush. I haven't had Red Dragon Crush since my wedding day.
I'll get him get him 2 or 3 beers. He can have 2 or 3.
A drink to your health, Dragon Man.
Aye.
Dragon Man. And the Scottish accent is nailed. God, dude, we gotta figure out some way to give Rocky inspiration, but if we give him inspiration, he'll
I will
kill us
use it
all.
against you. So
He
don't
will
do that.
kill us all.
Don't do that. So yeah. How? So you said it's been months since you've had any
I
catches.
catch a little one here and there, but it's that damn wizard. He goes out in the morning and he fires his lightning bolts into the water and he kills all the fish.
Where at?
Nobody
Look,
believes me, but I've seen it with my own eyes. He's
look.
on the
I've seen.
north side of the lake, and and just to give you guys geography, so here's Valaki, right? And then Lake Zarovich is this massive lake north of it, and he basically tells you that on the north side of the lake is where he's seen that happen.
Okay. Yeah. Look, from what I've seen, I'll believe anything. Um. Have you seen him? Is he alone? Do you see more than one?
The man can fire lightning bolts into a lake. Does he need a bodyguard?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know nothing other than I like to catch fish. He goes, but I understand this land better than most. We have become very wicked in our ways following these festivals of the Baron. In the old days, we knew what to get the fish, and the crops too, for that matter. And he looks around, and he goes, and I know you won't be offended by what I have to say, my skelly friend. And he like lifts his mug to you. We need a we need a sacrifice to the lake. And he drinks that beer and looks really proud of himself when he puts the empty mug down.
And I turn and I give him the people's eyebrow. I do this, and I say, "I sacrifice to the lake?" Question mark.
He goes, exactly. You see, the blood of the innocent, that's what'll get the old gods' attention, and they'll bring our prosperity back.
Well, would it not be better just to talk with the wizard?
He goes, you want to go across the lake and talk to the wizard? He goes, good luck.
Well,
He goes, those woods are filled with wolves bigger than horses. He goes,
well,
and
I'm
that's all before you meet the wizard himself, who'll probably just do one of those things wizards do and turn you into a newt.
I got better.
well, I've
Except you won't. You won't get better this thing.
I've dealt with my fair share of wolves. After we're done with our business here, would you be willing to take us on a boat across the river or pond or whatever?
I do a little tour guiding on the side. I'm very good though, so I charge a lot. I'll charge you 2 gourds for a day of work.
Work. I'm just asking for a trip to
That's
help you.
work. That's a day of not fishing.
Mm. Okay. Let us finish our business here in the city, and then where can I meet you?
Just meet me north of the village. I'll be on the shores of the lake like I always am. Because then I might have some fish by then. And he kind of winks at you.
And then I will hand him another beer, and I'll wink back.
What was your name, dragon friend?
Rogar.
Rogar. Well, my name is Bluto. And he clinks your glass.
And and then I'm gonna drink all of it while putting one eye towards him.
Dude,
He seems to be
awesome.
pretty happy. How many of your 10 beer credits are you giving him?
I'll give him 6 of them.
Oh, he's his evening set now. He's good. He's happy as can be. He's like bobbing his head to that music that's going on in the background.
Yeah, and then I'll give him one more clink, and then we'll finish our glasses.
Okay. Dr. Crawford. So you find yourself in front of Nikolai and Carl.
Who,
They're
based
they,
on my last interaction with them, I would guess are drunk as the skunks right now.
they're in their drinks. Yeah. I forgot how I role played these guys last time too, but I'll just go with how it is in my head.
Yeah, go with
Um,
frat boys. Go with
they're
frat
like,
boys.
hey, what's up, man? How's it going? What's up, old
Hey,
timer?
boys, there's been a slight change of plans, and I'm going to get up close to Nikolai, so I can whisper in his ear, "Your mother's in trouble."
Mom's in trouble. What are you talking about, old man?
And I do this, like, I'm almost positive the city guards are coming to Walker House tonight. And I'm saying this very hushed, like, which
Okay.
means, yes, you two need to go and you need to warn her right now, because I don't think you maybe have like an hour to clean that place up.
Okay. Give me a persuasion. I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
It's Rocky, by the way. Thank you.
Rocky, Prez, 2020.
They are drunk, by the way.
Dude,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's also a badass DM. Let's just not forget that.
2. Okay, so I rolled this twice. Okay,
Oh,
I'll roll it twice just to see if I crit, but yeah, 21.
Yeah, cool,
they're
cool.
like, we gotta say it. We gotta talk to mom. We gotta talk to mom. They're like, thanks,
Don't-
Doc. You're the
don't-
man.
And I just say one more thing: you're drunk. Don't trip and hurt yourselves on the way there. Just go.
We got this. And yeah, they're like Ferda, and they like run out.
Berta. Oh my gosh, they're Riley.
Oh,
Jones and Riley, dude. That's what they are.
So Jones and Riley
Okay.
get out of there.
Jones and Riley.
we have a
And-
chance.
Yeah. So that didn't take very long either. So from a time perspective, Disdain's still meeting with Elisa, and Roger's still at the bar talking to Bluto, and you've watched as Nico's gone up the stairs, but you're kind of sitting there now. Doc, did you order anything to drink when you came in?
No, I went straight to Nikolai and Carl because I'm like just freaking out about everything that's out.
So
Yeah.
so you're,
In
so you're
and out of
sit-
character.
so you're sitting there in the corner, and they've left, and you're kind of just by yourself for a moment. And that half elf bard, he's actually not too far away from you. He's about 10 feet away from you. He's playing, kind of gives you a wink as you see those guys get up. He's playing a pretty nice tune. And then he finishes, and everybody starts clapping. And this one of those guys in wolf furs goes, "Not bad, Rictavio. Not bad at all." And he goes, "Well, this next little tune is about an elven maiden who found herself having to travel alone in a land of orcs." And starts strumming his lute and playing a little
Okay,
song.
yeah, I'm gonna check my pockets and I'm gonna make sure that I still have the ring that Rudolph von Richten gave me, and
You
I
do.
still got it, right? I would hope that my passive perception would have
Yep.
caught any pickpockets.
Yep, you do. You got it.
Okay, all right. So I've got the ring, and I go, keep playing, Rotavio, but I have a delivery for you, actually. And I get up there, and
You have a delivery for me, friend? That's quite impossible. I don't know who you are. But he keeps playing.
yeah, I'm gonna reach up and I'm gonna hand him the ring. Basically just hold it out for him so he can take it whenever he has
Sure.
a moment with a free hand.
Sure. Give me an insight roll.
Okay. Roll 1d20 plus 5. 14. Not good.
He says, "I'm sorry, friend. I don't know what that is."
It comes with a message. I mean, it was somebody's last wish that you would receive this. The message was she found her peace.
Give me a. He kind of like his tune breaks for a second. And he goes back to his song. Give me an insight.
Yeah.
Zoc.
One better.
You see a tear well up in his left eye that he quickly kind of blinks away. He goes, "I seriously don't know what you're talking about, friend."
Zoc, stay on him, dude.
I'm just gonna. So was he up on like a stage or something like that?
No, he's just in the corner playing. There's a little hat on the ground next to him. It's got a few silver coins in it.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and I'll take the ring and I'll just put it in the hat and I say, then I guess just consider it a tip. Blessings be.
Hey, thank you, friend. You seem kind enough souls. I appreciate that. He just keeps playing.
That's final wish done. I did what frickin' Van Richten wanted. Okay. All right. After all of that, no, Crawford wouldn't get drunk. He still has whatever.
Zoc wants to get drunk. Zoc's like, "I got a
Dude,
drink right now."
I have a bottle of Saint Germain I'm going to tap it into as soon as we're done.
Yep. Hello,
Oh,
Barry
okay.
Cameron. All right. Nico, you go upstairs and open your room, and it is empty.
That's the problem.
And there is a letter that is folded up on the nightstand.
Well, Nico's gonna actually take all of his senses about him and everything he can muster, because Nico is still in tune to what's supposed to be here, and it's not. He's rushing for that letter. He pops
Okay.
it open. What does it say?
Gone to pray, Irina.
Oh, dude. Can I do one last thing before I collapse into bed
Mhm.
with my mage hand cantrip? I'm
Mhm.
gonna float this down to Doctor down the
You have to
stairs.
maintain eyesight, so
Oh shit, dude! Dude, I've got to get this message. But okay. So I'm gonna scoop it up in my hand, and I'm still very weak. I'm gonna saunter down the stairs, and I'm gonna sit at the table next to the Doctor, and I'm going to pick up a glass as if I'm feigning being drunk. I'm going to take a swig, and with my left hand, I'm taking the swig, and with my right hand, I'm shoving this letter over to Doctor, and
okay.
I'm just going to collapse on the table.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll take it and read it. You said it just said "gone to pray," and then I'm going to put two and two together. Oh shit, Nico, was this upstairs?
And I'm going to look at him and say, "What do you think, Doctor?" And I'm going to pass out, dude. I'm done.
Okay, yeah. So she's. Okay. I'm drawing a blank because we can't even go to help her right now
That's right.
because we're going to have unless because if we do, the city guard are going to come here and they're going to realize that we skipped out on their deal to go with them to wherever they thought the cult was. So, oh shit! This is above table, by the way. I'm just trying to think. Fuck.
Few hours after dark, it is sunrise.
Around
sundown.
now is when Elisis left and Rogar, you left Bluto at the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Just uh
I sit down next to you guys.
I show them the note. Just
Yeah. Well, is it like a 4-person table? Can we all kind of sit at the table?
Yep.
All right. So
it's
we'll all
clear.
kind of collapse at the table together.
okay.
And I'm going to lean up for a second. And I'm going to wink, and I'm going to say, "I'm only pretending that I'm drunk. Irina is gone. She has gone to pray, and we all know where in the hell she is. But I have no power to summon more magical energy. I have to rest."
Father Lucian is pretty like a outstanding individual from what we have heard. Do we really want to feel too much?
This
Okay.
town has literally beaten me into submission. What have we promised this town? This godforsaken town? Tell me, what do we have to do? What have you told them you will do? It must be done. I must rest. I have given them my blood, my very skin, my soul. I must rest, but you must continue with your commitments.
Okay. Shit. Okay, so above table, we have a serious freaking problem because according to what that Eliza just said, the vampire's been following our party for some time. Now, I may trust Strahd not to immediately mess with Irina, but I don't trust a single one of his fucking servants to do
Yep,
to be decent about this. So
that's
even if
correct.
Father Lucian, even if we make the assumption that he's since we haven't met him, we don't know anything about him really. If we just assume that he's a good guy and he'll take care of her, we like on her way back, or on her way to Father Lucian, she could get hit by the freaking vampires, and we can't do anything about it without basically eliminating our ability to protect her at any point because we basically agreed to go with the city guard tonight to wherever they think the cult is. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I can't think of anything, guys. What do you? We got to think of something here. Like we're basically fucked as far as I can tell.
Well,
Because if we go and run after Irina, we might be able to save her for one night, and then we are screwed. We're never going to be able to patch things up with like basic authority around here to be able
Yeah,
to do any sort of
above
business.
above the table, we can never leave Irina alone ever again
Okay.
if we do this.
And because if we leave her alone, like just hope for the best, like she's probably going to get hit by a vampire. Strahd will kill us. Like I have no doubt in my mind that Strahd will he's been following us already anyway. He's probably somewhere around here anyway. He's just going to kill us. So,
if not him, then his people. But here's the thing: if we don't go with the guards, Nico and at least Crawford are in deep shit.
Absolutely, because I will be executed, and so will you, Crawford. You vouch for me.
Yeah. I'm. Look. As a player,
all 4 of us.
As a player, I want to make something clear. As a player, I don't care if my character gets killed. If that's the end of the road, okay. But a TPK is another matter entirely because that's the end of the game. If a single player dies, we can roll up a new character and we can keep playing. A TPK it's over.
Yep.
So that's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I'm stressing out so much.
That's what I'm saying. With 2 people executed, TPK is much more promising to the DM.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Fuck my life. Okay. I gotta go. I'm gonna go help Irina then. Like I would rather Dr. Crawford bite the dust than we piss off Strahd and get a TPK.
Rocky, has Nico rested at all? Do I have any slots? What's going on? Okay. All right. So Nico's got to go to bed, guys. I'm so sorry.
If you're out, you're out. So I'm going to I have to go after Irina now at this point. Like, if that's the end of Dr. Crawford, so be it.
Go with it, guys.
Hold on. So, what do you get on a short rest, Enos? Because a short rest,
I get bardic inspiration. Basically, that's it.
Yeah, you have to get 3 spell slots. You got to go long rest.
Yep, I gotta get almost. I burned them all, convincing a dude to kill himself.
All right. We cannot not fulfill our obligation to the city, though.
I agree. So all 4 of y'all have got to go and satisfy your commitment to the guard, in my opinion. And Nico's got to sleep. We'll see what happens. I just got to get my spell slots back, dude.
All right, and where in relation to right now is the church, Rocky?
Probably about 20 minutes walk across town.
Okay.
We can do it and get back.
And what time is it? It's straight up nighttime.
It's after sundown. Yeah.
So how much time do?
Couple hours after sundown.
All right, so we got time to get there and get back. Nico's going to rest so he can be there to stall the guards if they get there in time, right?
But long rest is 8 hours.
We'll see, dude. We'll see.
I mean, just at least a short rest.
Well, a short rest, I can contribute nothing with a short rest, honestly.
Long rest is 8 hours, though.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I mean, you at least having some inspiration and can attack if needed would be better than nothing.
With 1 inspiration, sure.
Well, you have bardic inspiration, you have more.
Yeah, bardic, but dude, I mean, I can give bardic inspiration out to him now.
It lasts 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go upstairs. You guys do it. I'll do what I can do when I can. Well, so I will have a DM inspiration and 2 bardic inspirations to hand out. That's it. That's all I could do.
If you get an hour of rest, you go back up to the maximum, which is your charisma modifier.
A short rest is 1 hour?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Y'all go. Come on.
All right. So Nico's pretty adamant he needs to go get some rest. What is the rest of the party going to do?
Well, let's get finding her.
I'm going to try to help Irina. I think I have a good chance of finding her based on my skill set, guys. Above table again. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Above table is good.
I'm too stressed out to be able to do this in character right now, and that's my fault as a player. I have the best skill set to be able to find
Strahd.
Okay, so I have the best skill set, my character right now, to be able to find her. And I might be able, maybe if I blow my inspiration, I can pass a persuasion check to just keep her safe until like sun up, because it was vampires specifically. I'd be willing to bet that they wouldn't want to be out in not broad daylight. It's Barovia, it's cloudy, but still, like I doubt they would want to be out there. So if I can keep her safe with Father Lucian, overnight, then I might be able to keep her safe until the daytime, and then we can regroup and figure out what the fuck we're going to do. Probably the end of Dr. Crawford, but hey, he gets to go out with honor at least.
Well,
So,
Wait. Why don't we just all go with you and let him?
yeah,
because
you-
this way, if I go, I'm the only one who it looks like he's welched on his commitment to the guards. You guys get to go with them, go to
But we
wherever
have
they're
2
planning.
hours.
Okay, so
20
I'm
minutes
sorry,
away.
did I miss something?
Yeah, it's
Well,
we
what
have
he
2
said,
hours.
what he said is at some point after sundown, a
He
guard would
said
come
He
to the
said
Blue
couple
Water.
hours after
So
sundown.
probably
Yeah.
within a couple hours after sundown, he's going to have a guard meet you here to take you to where he knows their coven meets. It just turned sundown within the last hour. So you
we
know
have
the church is
have
20
time.
minutes across town. You have time, but there's certainly a sense of, do you have time? It's like a question. It's like, could the guy walk in any minute? Could he walk in 2 hours from now? Both answers are possible.
All right, so I don't know. This might be a terrible idea, but what if I just went with Zoc,
Mhm.
and since they want the Devil Man, you stay there
With
to
Nico?
yeah
Or- okay.
to stall, if you will. I don't know.
So you're saying
that
Disdain
might work.
stays-
Just if
You
Disdain,
guys tell me, because you have free agency here. So
I know, Rocky. Just I love you, but I had to think about this. I'm with Zoc. I'm like I don't know what to do.
okay, so you brought up a really good point, Disdain. You've got a stupidly good deception ability. If we're not back and the guards show up and we're not there, you might be able to just stall for time until we come stumbling through the front door to be able to, with Irina in tow, where we can get her to safety, and then me, Rogar, you, if Enos is feeling up to it at that point, we can all go to wherever the city guard thinks this cult is,
And then we're back on track. Yeah.
and then we're at least back on track. Because if it's not Walker House, we get to do partially what I was going to try to orchestrate this session anyway, which is removing the cult so they don't scare the bejesus out of Irina. If it is Walker House, I've laid the seeds to where maybe Lady Walker can pull a miracle out of her ass, and there's nothing in the house that will incriminate her. At which point, not only does she owe us for saving her ass, but we can use that as leverage to get her to maybe get rid of this fucking cult so that she can just do what Strahd wants us to have to do with Irina, which is just she stays there, he courts her, nothing spooks the lady who's faithful to Lathander, I think it was, the Morning Lord. He probably is not going to be very happy with a devil cult that being in the house she's staying at. So,
Yeah.
Okay. It's a plan. Guys, do you have any, can you see anything that would screw us over still? Or
No,
should we
and then
start going?
I'm a paladin, so I went to I don't know pray or something before we went on this quest to kill a cult. So there's a logical reason.
Yeah, and so since the chapel is 20 minutes away, how far away is the Walker house?
you don't know. You guys haven't made any
Okay.
inquiries on that.
So unless the guards take us to Walker House, that's what they were if that's what they were suspecting the cult is located at, then I don't think we're going to Walker House tonight. If they do, then okay. But I'm hoping based on what that cultist said when we fought the cultist in the alleyway. He said, I'm pretty sure he said the main place they worship is at Walker House. That means there could be other places. It's possible that the Baron was thinking of somewhere else, but I doubt it because the silly suspected Lady Wachter of running a cult there. They had the Wachter emblem on the cultists. The guards saw that. They seemed to recognize it. Apparently, Lady Wachter is some sort of political genius here, according to what we've heard. So, which means Baron Vargas probably knows her. So this is I've got a feeling he's going to be trying to send us to Wachter House to clean house there. So
Rocky, how far away is Vasily?
Probably 20 minutes the opposite direction of the church.
Okay.
so that's a relief too. That's one less thing we have to worry about because if we're trying to avoid having Irina meet Vasily to not piss off Strahd, then we're
Yeah, but it
we have a good
seems like
chance for not meeting him.
Dude, I'm just playing devil's advocate. It also seems kind of, coincidental that we could enlist Vasily's help in this case.
Like, let's avoid it until we have to, though. Let's cross those bridges there, then.
All
Okay.
right, so
We've already sowed goodwill seeds, so if we need to be persuasive or deceptive to get them on our side,
we
when he
have
does
no
show up,
idea. Yeah, we have no idea where the Wachter house is. I'm giving Zoc and Rogar inspiration because Zoc vouched for Nico.
Okay.
Rogar carried me literally on my back. I have faith that you guys can all be back within an hour, and I'll have more inspirations to give. So
Those
Zoc and
inspirations only last 10 minutes.
I don't care.
Honestly, Rocky,
I'm
I
gonna-
am probably going to end up using it as soon as we walk through the door on like some sort of tracking check. So-
I'm throwing them off. Zoc and Weezen have inspiration.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration.
Are you
Okay.
going up to your room? What are you doing?
I'm going to the room. I've got to hit the sack.
Because
You
you
get
can,
some
well,
rest.
you can. So a short rest is 1 hour of non-strenuous activity. So you could sit here in the bar and drink for an hour, and that's a short rest. You could go up to your room and take a nap. That's a short rest. I don't care what you do, but I don't want you to feel like you have to go sleep or lay down to get that short rest.
Dude,
'cause
I really don't trust anybody right now. I'm very violated, and I'm
Mhm.
going up to a enclosed
Cool.
space and laying down.
totally respect that. So
Yep.
you go up to your room and take your rest. Okay, and then Disdain, what are you doing? You've been pretty quiet throughout all this.
oh, I'm definitely following up. I'm definitely finding Irina.
Okay, so are you going to do what Dr. Crawford recommended and stay here and like try to keep the guard stalled, or are you going to go with him and Rogar to
Oh
the
yeah,
church?
no, sorry, I'm definitely gonna keep the dogs out. That's the better
Okay,
idea. That was
all right,
better.
cool. And so Rogar and Dr. Crawford, you're going to the church.
Yes.
Okay.
And um,
Yeah.
and Wheezy, if things don't work out tonight and we can't pull this off, I am really fucking sorry. I'm just trying to avoid a TPK.
Best
That's all this
luck.
comes.
Gods be with you.
Let's do it. Okay.
All I know is this has not gone at all like I planned, and I love it. So,
Oh, dude, I don't at all.
so let's resolve going to the church first. So, Dr. Crawford and Rogar, you step out into the streets. It is nighttime. You leave the Blue Water Inn behind you. The music's playing, the sound of the crowd. The streets are very empty. Um, you see the occasional guard. The moon hangs high over the city. You hear wolves howling in the very far distance outside the city. What do you want to do?
Okay. So Lady Irina was dressed up as a man when we left her. I'm really hoping that when she left, she's still in that disguise. So if she is, I would imagine probably in like man's boots kind of stuff, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to take a look down and see it. Like, is there any evidence I can see of a trail that she left on her way to a church? That way, if she was in her.
There's a ton of people that come through this place. It's a busy inn. If you give me a nat 20, I'll give you something. But
Okay.
otherwise, that's
I'm blowing the inspiration that Nico gave me on this, by the way, too. So is this going to be survival or?
yes, survival.
Okay. 1d20 plus 5. Okay, so now I'm adding the 1d8. The roll 1d8. Okay, so that's a 29.
I got to give it to you for that. That's too high of a roll.
Okay.
You do find you. In fact, you had given her some boots, and those boots you had Dr. Crawford being the analytical guy you are, the Sherlock Holmesian kind of guy you are. You memorize the imprint of that boot, and then you see its imprint in the. You even let's just retcon. You took your knife and made a little nick on the heel of the boot,
Sure.
and you now see that nick in. And from now on, whenever you try to track Irina wearing those boots, you get advantage. Okay,
Okay.
and you find her trail, and it is totally running in the direction of the cathedral.
Okay. I want to follow that. I want because if she got intercepted anywhere, we should be able to see that happened based on the trail. So.
Yep.
Okay, and if she doesn't get intercepted, then I guess we just follow her to the church, and that's one
Yep.
less
All right.
thing
So
to worry
you're
about.
playing Bloodhound, so I'm just gonna follow you then.
Okay, yeah.
So, so you guys follow that trail for quite a while. About 15, 20 minutes passes, and you find yourself uh, outside this cathedral at night. It's an old building. It's kind of, in some ways, it's decrepit and run down. There's a graveyard behind it. but it is a church to Lathander, and it's much bigger than the chapel you guys went into in Barovia with Father Donovich. Um, it's more of a cathedral than a chapel, and you find yourself outside of it, and the trail ends at the cobblestones leading up to the entrance of this cathedral.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna go up. Is the door unlocked door? Is it like a big double door that I can push open, or what are
It's
we
a
looking
big
at?
double door push open. There's lights coming through stained glass windows.
All right, I'm gonna push it open and enter, I guess, and take a look around.
Okay. So you guys push through these doors, and you find yourself in this. It's an old building. Um, give me a hit. You got history, Dr. Crawford?
Yes, I do.
Give me a history roll.
Okay. Plus five. 22.
So you absolutely can tell from the construction and the stained glass, like this is because you've heard that some people think Strahd's been the lord of this land for 500-600 years. This church is older than that. It's older than that, and you see by the construction, like this building
Okay.
probably is 700-800 years old.
Okay. That. Okay. All right. So, do I see Irina sitting anywhere, like in the pews or whatever, or
There's
anywhere?
there's so there's a handful of like peasants like sitting in the pews. Um, you do see an older man at the front of the church, and he's going around and praying with different people and kind of patting them on the head. A young boy follows behind him with some incense, and he'll also give people like a little wafer or something to eat after the guys prayed with them. And you do see Irina with her head bowed at the altar at the front, and she seems to be in deep prayer.
Oh, that is such a freaking relief. Okay. Okay. I have a feeling that if I interrupted her like that, that's going to cause a huge social snafu because that's probably going to be super rude. I guess I'll let her pray, and then once she's done, I'm going to like wave her down, I guess.
Um, Before you can, I mean, you wait for her, but the man approaches you when you guys walk in, and he comes up with a very warm smile, and he holds his hand out to shake your hand.
Uh, and I shake it, and I'm like, "Greetings. My name is Dr. Ernest Crawford. Who are you?"
Dr. Crawford, my name is Father Lucian, and it is a pleasure to meet you, my friend. And he turns to you, Rogar, and he says, our doorsteps have not been blessed with one of the Dragonborn since I was a little boy, serving much as Yeska serves me. He goes, you are welcome here in the Morning Lord's halls. And he goes to shake your hand just as much as he did Dr. Crawford.
I'll shake his hand and I'll kind of bow towards him a little bit, just a little nod.
You must forgive my ignorance. You seem to be wearing the trappings of a holy warrior, but I do not see the symbols of a god on you. Do you serve a god or a cause?
Uh, Mainly, I just like to see the right things done and the wrong people persecuted for it.
Then you are more a servant of the gods of good than even some of their own clergy. And he pats you on the shoulder. He goes, you are welcome here in the house of the Morning Lord. I am Father Lucian Pravajic, and this is my altar boy, Yeska. And he kind of ruffles the kid's head. He says, would you allow me to bless you?
Frankly, Father Lucian, it would be a very welcome thing right now.
He says, Yeska, fetch the holy water. And Yeska goes, yes, Father, yes. And the boy runs down to the inn. He runs past Irina praying at the altar. He goes up the stage. There's a little altar up there, and he scoops out some water. He runs back, and Father Lucian says, "The Morning Lord still holds sway in this cursed land, though it is diminished by the darkness and the mist. But those that are of open and willing heart can receive his blessing here. I ask you, Dr. Crawford, you said your name is,
Yes,
do you believe in the Morning Lord and his promise of the returning morning to this land?"
I I believe the gods exist. Yes, I'm a doctor of archaeology, so there are so many cultures that had so many gods. It's almost impossible for me to keep track of them all. Forgive me, Father. I know that's probably sacrilege. That said, since I've come to this land, the Morning Lord seems to be the only deity who seems to have any sway at this point. And right now, I feel like I could use all that the good I can get. So I I guess it's just one ignorant sinner asking for a little bit of divine help. in, at isn't that usually what it is? Like the people only ever come to the
He,
gods for help when they have
he,
a problem.
he pats your shoulder. He says, "And we as mortals view that as weakness, but the gods view that as strength. It begins with recognizing where your understanding ends and the mysteries of the universe begin. The Morning Lord refused to leave the land of Barovia when all of the other gods did. The dark powers that control this land, they have ultimate power here, but the Morning Lord still holds some sway. And I will ask him to bless you now." And he puts his thumb in the water, he puts it on your forehead, and he
I take it,
says,
yeah.
"The light shall shine upon you in your hour of need." And for the next 72 hours, you get to add a d4 to any d20 ability check you make.
Holy fucking shit! I'm glad I did this. Is it a D4?
D4. He says, "And you, my friend, my holy warrior," goes, "you say you serve the idea of righteousness being done. Some call that vengeance. Do you believe in any specific gods? Or just the idea that vengeance must be served?"
Mainly the idea.
In a strange way, warriors such as you are closer to the gods than some of the clergy that claim to follow them specifically. Would you be open to embracing the Morning Lord as a deity that you pay reverence to? For he too wishes to see the darkness pushed away.
If it's about helping those in need and eradicating those that do evil, then I will gladly help.
So you hear a whisper in your mind, and it's the same voice you heard earlier when Nico was getting lashed. And this whisper says, "Tell him no. His God is a lie.
Uh,
You need no gods to serve vengeance."
uh, I think I'm gonna allow him to bless me.
Okay. So he dips his thumb in the water. And he says, "May the eternal morning push away all darkness from your life." And for the next 72 hours, you get to add a d4 to any d20s that you make. Not attack rolls, but ability checks and saves. He says,
Okay.
"So what brings you, gentlemen, to the house of the Morning Lord?"
Well, I think we may have already found it. We've been traveling with the individual up there, and Irina is still in disguise up at the altar, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. We've been traveling with that individual, and when we returned to the Blue Water Inn, uh, that person was gone. So we just wanted to make sure that everything was all right, and ah, thank the God.
He says, "You must understand that the cathedral is a place of holiness in an unholy land. Yeska, see to the other parishioners. And Yeska, the little boy, he goes, "No, Father, I want to stay and hear what you have to say." And he ruffles the boy's head. He goes, "It is now time for you to tend to your duties and allow me to tend to mine." And the boy kind of begrudgingly walks away. Father Lucian leans into both of you. He says, "The Lady Irina is safe in the house of the Morning Lord, so long as I am here. But something terrible has happened. The bones of Saint Andrel, the champion of the Morning Lord, who this cathedral is named after, whose very bones were buried beneath the church that sanctified these grounds, those bones have disappeared. And one of the last pieces of holy ground in Barovia is no longer consecrated. I tell you this because I can tell that you are men of good intent, and that you, my dragonborn friend, are a holy warrior. If these bones are not returned to the crypts beneath the cathedral, then this ground is no longer consecrated, and the creatures of the night can enter this place."
So above table, he said some bones of Saint Andrel were
St.
stolen,
Andrew.
Yep.
Yep.
and he wants us to consecrate this place. I'm sorry, I've still
He
mine's
needs the
running on.
bones found and
Okay.
returned so that the grounds can be reconsecrated.
Okay. Assuming that everything these next few days goes smoothly enough that I am in a position to help, I would be happy to bother to help you look for them. Do you have any idea where I should start looking? I guess.
I kept the secret of the bones to myself. I do not know who would know to take them. I believe that there are interests in this country that would wish to remove the holiness of this church. For what purposes, I cannot say. But since I was a boy attending services here, I have felt that this was one of the final bastions of holiness. Perhaps the cathedral in Berez is holy ground as well. I know Father Donovich fell from grace in Barovia, but before that, his church was a place of holiness. But there is none beyond that in this cursed land, and therefore
Father,
it is important that we find the bones of Saint Andrew and reconsecrate this place.
uh, Father Donovich, he went through a rough time with his son, from what I understand. We came from the east, the village of Barovia. I think he's doing better. His son recently finally passed, and I, when we left, at least he was trying to do his best to do his duties as the Morning Lord's faithful.
Praise
So
Lathander. He gives
that's
you a hug.
yeah. I'll reciprocate. There we go. Sure.
He says, "You see, my friend, the Morning Lord does work in this land, and it seems he works through your party, whether you wish it or not."
Well, I suppose I guess that's a good thing. Yeah. Thank you,
So,
Father.
so you will
Uh,
help me if you can.
if I can, yes. I need you to understand. I have made already multiple commitments that I intend to try to keep, including to Lady Irina to keep her safe. But as soon as I have the ability to, I would like to assist you in trying to track these bones down.
My son, a man with many, many choices in front of him has but one choice. Do you know what it is?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to the altar boy. Shit.
No, he's talking to you.
Okay.
A
A
man
man
who has many choices before him has but one choice. Do you know what it is?
to try to do the right thing.
Yes. Which choice is the most righteous? I know the Morning Lord will work through you, and I trust in that. And he kind of pats you on the shoulder. He goes, please, your friend has been praying for hours. I'm sure the Morning Lord won't mind if you interrupt her. And he kind of winks when he says her.
Thank you, Father. I'm gonna try to get her to safety.
Okay. Yeah, so you go and kind of tap Irina on the shoulder, and she turns around and goes, oh, Dr. Crawford, you found me. She goes, I'm sorry. I know you said to stay put, but I got dreadfully bored, and then I got dreadfully anxious,
Oh,
and then
I
I
can't
felt
blame you. I'm just
the
glad you're
need to
safe.
come here. Yes. She goes, the Morning Lord walks with me. I knew so long as I walked in the day, I would be safe. And then once I was here and it was night, I knew I would be safe here. This is holy ground after all.
All right. So, Irina, our group has ended up in some sort of nasty business helping the burgomaster with some sort of cult. Uh, would you feel safer staying here than in the Blue Water Inn?
Well, if you have some evil cult to deal with, I believe it is my duty as a warrior of the Morning Lord to go with you.
Oh, it's unfortunately the Baron is making this far more political than it needs to be. I was hoping at this point I was just hoping to try to keep you safe since at this point he doesn't know you're
I am
involved
no
with
frail
this.
flower that needs to be protected, Doctor.
Uh,
I can hold my own in a fight.
it's not a fight that I'm worried about. Like Rogar, I'm sure would be able to protect you if anything happened. It's politics, unfortunately, with the city. That's that are a bit of a problem. I'm almost wondering now, after I've met Father Lucian, if it might be safer for you to stay here, and you could even think of it as you protecting him.
So give me persuasion, and while you do that, she looks at you, Rogar. She goes, and Brother Rogar, you remember when you were a young warrior fighting for your cause? I feel strong in my beliefs. I'm a paladin now, and I can stand firm against whatever darkness stands before us. Do you think I should stay here, or should I go with you and fight along your side?
I think I think our job is to help keep you safe. And we have gotten ourselves into this mess and we need to get ourselves out of it. I hope you understand that.
Okay. Roll with advantage, Dr.
And
Crawford.
then Dr. Crawford, okay. Okay, then I'm adding the 1d4. 1d4. So that's a 21.
Okay. She's gonna do what you recommend she does.
At
So
least for
what?
now,
What?
this is
What?
probably the safest place, yeah.
So you want her to stay at the church?
For now, yes.
Very well. I will stay here and I will protect the church and become closer to the Morning Lord through prayer and devotion.
All right. That's a relief. If that's the case, Rogar, we should probably get back. We have some problems that we have to address. All right.
Yeah, we just need to tell her that we're gonna come and get her in the morning.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
All right. So you guys leave. Let's go back in time a little bit, and let's go back to the Blue Water Inn. And let's.
Sorry, do you need me for like 2 minutes? I have to pee.
No, you're good. Go pee. Go pee,
Milk that
buddy.
prostate, dude.
Milk the prostate.
Put a
Okay.
thumb in it. Put a thumb in it, dude.
All right. Um. All right. So we had left Disdain at the Blue Water Inn, and Disdain, you're there, and kind of finishing off that half bottle of the Dragon Crush, and
By himself?
by himself, yeah,
Oh,
his date left, and he's dazed.
baller.
Yeah, you're a little buzz. You got Nico sleeping upstairs. You got yourself sitting there at the bar. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm gonna talk to that half elf.
Okay. So he finishes up a song and he's kind of putting his loot up and he's packing his stuff up and uh, you know Danica Martikov, the owner lady, comes over and brings him a bottle of purple grape mash, which you kind of get the vibe maybe that's his payment, that maybe room and
Mm.
board, and he puts it in his pack and kind of acts like he's about to head upstairs.
Whoa, man, what a good night! You played amazing.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I do my best.
You really like. I know another bard. You should teach him a couple things
Well, us bards
because
must stay together. What bard do you speak of?
um he's upstairs having a nap, but he'll come admire you one
That
day.
gentleman that looked quite weary.
Yeah, he was tired. He was tired. We've had a long day, but I just wanted to tell you how good you are and how you should give my acquaintance a give shout and just did you try out your tips tonight?
I did okay. This land is, there's not a lot of money in Barovia, and uh, but I do what I do. I play my songs. I do my magic tricks. I hope soon, if the Baron will allow me, to bring out my tiger and do some tricks in the town square. I think that's where the money will be.
You have a tiger.
I indeed have a tiger.
Holy.
I keep him on the outskirts of town, and my carriage is um, placed away on the edge of
Did you
town.
feed your
But
wife to him?
no, wife, what are you talking about? Who would get married in this age? There's literally no benefit to a man to get
Freaking
married.
dude. The Carol Baskin reference. Love it.
That bitch. No.
Sorry, I got.
He says, I must ask, I can't, please forgive my rudeness. I am well traveled. You are a tiefling. Your friend is a dragonborn. Um, he says, you're not from around here, are you?
Mm, not particularly.
Yes. What do you think of this land? How long have you been here?
Mm, a few months now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's a deception, so give me a deception roll. You've been here like a week.
it's all of
Yeah,
you in.
yeah. I don't think Disdain
It's
knew how long he's been here.
felt like a month at
No,
least.
it's felt like
We've
6
been
years.
playing for months.
You've been playing for months. You've physically been in this world for about a week. So
God damn it. Well, I have a deception.
you are deceiving. That is true.
Oh, look at that.
He says, well, he goes, if you've been here for months, you've certainly noticed this land is different than others.
Quite different.
Can I ask you an honest question? Traveler to traveler.
What's that?
And I promise you, your answer is between me and you. What do you make of this Count Strahd von Zarovich that rules this land?
You know, that is the second time I've been asked that question, right? Seems to be a common one around this land. What makes you guys so scared of him?
I didn't say I was scared. I simply wish to know your opinion.
Mm, my opinion is exactly where it was when I showed up here. I don't know the man, and I won't make one until he takes cast judgment upon me.
That is fair and a path to survival. I shall retire for the night. Drink well, my friend.
You have a good one. And cheers.
Uh, and he goes upstairs. Nico, give me a perception roll.
Yep.
Okay. You wake up to the sound of your door being picked, and the door swings open, and you are asleep right now. You are pretending to be asleep because you haven't opened your eyes, but
Okay.
someone has entered your room.
Am I still groggy? or am I fully
No,
fully
adrenaline's
aware?
got you fucking
Okay.
awake. You got your short rest,
Okay.
so you have all your bardic inspiration. None of your spell slots though. That requires a long rest.
Sure. Got it.
But you know someone's in the room walking
Okay.
towards you. They just picked your door, and your eyes are closed, and they think you're asleep.
I'm actually going to take a much more humiliating role here, and I'm going to just slowly sit up in my bed and kick my feet to the side of it
Mm-hmm.
with my shirt off and my back exposed, and I'm going to say, "Whoever you are, if you have come to finish me off, please make it fast."
This voice, oof, I did not expect that. Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay.
You guys are throwing me curveballs all night tonight.
Oh no,
No,
that doesn't
you
count. Stop! No, no,
curveballs.
no, 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 no. That does not count. That does not
I
count.
said with advantage. We'll take the higher of the two.
Okay. That was my two.
What?
Dude, I did a nat
Are
20.
you
Look at that.
serious right now?
I did a
A
nat
1
20. Come on.
and a 2.
Rocky, come on, baby. Come on. I did a nat 20. Come on.
That is stupid.
Give me.
Like
Give
the
me.
odds of that are almost
Give me.
astronomically impossible.
Give me the stuff. Give me the stuff. I want it. Look at me. No, 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 no.
You fucker. You rolled a 20 on this particular moment. All right. He says, "Face me, boy."
Dude, I'm gonna jump up and spin around on both my feet, and I'm gonna look at him.
You see this bard, Rictavio,
Yeah.
in the room with you.
Yes.
He says, "I had my doubts about you and your party at first, but I know you are no true servants of Strahd von Zarovich now. Allow me to introduce myself properly." And he reaches up and he pulls it looks like he's grabbing his hair, but he pulls his hair up, and as he pulls his hair up, his skin stretches with it, and then you hear a snap, and then there's a hat in his hand, and as the hat comes away from his head, you watch as the form of a half-elven guy like fades away, and this middle-aged man stands before you with a cane and
Holy
glasses, and he says,
shit.
"Allow me to introduce myself. I am Professor Rudolf van Richten, and I want to know what you and your party are all about." And we're going to end the session on that.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my fucking.
Dude, I mean,
Zog's
this is
dead.
just getting more.
Zog's
Dude,
dead.
this is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Dude, I am in.
Zog's dead.
In.
He's getting his bottle.
Man, you guys did awesome tonight.
In.
This was so good. It went so beyond my
In.
expectations. So good.
Oh, this is a good time, dude. I thought Nico was done tonight, guys. I thought I was done.
I had that
thought
thought
you
for a
were.
minute.
He's be like he may still be like, hey, and you know, I never particularly cared for Vistani, and just slit my throat. We don't know.
Great job, man. Oh man, I can't wait for the next session.
Oh wow.
Just
Zoc, are you stressed, bud?
Yeah, I'll be better soon.
Hey, you and Rogar in the church, man, absolutely. And Dylan on Disdain on the date outing, just complete sus on that lady, dude. I'm telling you, you all did killer.
That's great, man. That's great. I'm gonna stop recording now. So.